Alright, let's get right back into this. Anything I want to change before I do some maps? I think not. I could. Oh, Walmart's axe doesn't have durability. That's nice. And we can give him the King's Fang too, because that also doesn't have durability. So, you know, it's free money with him. Um, what do Great Knight gives? Where is Frederick? So it'd be Tenivity, Discipline, Swordbreaker, and Dual Guard plus. Um, Lance Breaker and Deliver are pretty good. Do I have a general? Not really. Um, let's fork him over into. Yeah, let's do general. See what a high level general looks like with him. He's got the stats. All right, nothing too crazy changing there for him. We could give him some extra weapons. Howdy, y'all. Wolfberg is 1-2 range, right? Yeah, and I think King's Fang, yeah, just one. What do I want to give him? Ladle's always funny. Um, Anything super worth using? Not particularly. I think we'll just give him a healing item. Do I have an unused concoction? Not really. Um, you have Nosferatu. You can do with a lesser healing item, especially now that you have speed. You can take his vulnerary. Uh, Welcome in, y'all. Oh, you're not at A rank stat or magic yet. I thought you were. I have one hammer, and so I can save that for when I need it. Do I want to start leveling up your lances? Kinda. I can swap that for the killing edge for now. You have everything you'd want. You're perfectly fine. Do a quick restock all just so I don't forget to do that later. Ooh, I want to give you tier 3 magic. Arc Fire is probably the best one for you. Ooh, I have a spare Arc Thunder. That'll be good. How are the Morks? Mark and Morgan looking? You can use tier 3 magic, so we'll get you. That one's actually pretty good with your high skill. You're also at tier 3, so we'll get you one. You can steal Rickens because I don't use Ricken a lot. Do I have any good lances for you? Preferably a javelin or short spear? Yes. You have a javelin. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can fix that. Is that a little better? Sorry, I got a new mic, so I'm still trying to get used to it. No? Oh. Let's see what I can do. Advanced audio settings. How's that? Did that change anything, or is it still all buzzy? Okay. I think it was trying to go through both the microphone on my headset and the microphone I have in front of me, which was not helping. Thank you, though. Yeah, this is a normal mode playthrough. This is Thabes Overwritten mod, so I wasn't too sure what to expect for like difficulty and what all the changes were. So I went baby mode. I was scared. Well, thank you for all the gifts. All right, let's go pick up Na. I don't think I romanced Fila. Oh yeah, we love Awakening here. Uh, for anyone who wasn't aware, I also put a TikTok up a couple days back asking people what they were feeling for the game I'm going to be playing next. And the current overwhelming choice is we're going to be doing a Path of Radiance playthrough after this, which is my personal favorite Fire Emblem game. Spirit Dust, very nice. Anything crazy for droppables? Door key, nothing really. Chest key. Oh, Mire. I remember not enjoying this map, and I'm beginning to realize why with all the Mire sorcerers sticking around. And a lot of high health and high defense enemies, so a lot of tanky boys. Are you also Mire? No, just Nosferatu. Who am I subbing out real quick? Maribel's currently my only staffer somehow. I don't know how I've gone most of the game with one staffer. But it is a choice that I made, and I vaguely regret it, but also things have been going fine, so we can bring Naui in to help make sure I don't have to use Crom to recruit Na. We got Pan for chest opening. I want you to be holding a second seal just because you will very quickly, I think, hit the level 15 for reclassing. I should probably start using some of these stat boosters. I have so many. A lot of my units, though, are just really good currently, so I haven't super felt the need to, but I might probably give Cordelia at least one or two of these energy drops because she's needing them. This is just a normal casual mode run. I wasn't too sure what to expect with what this mod would be bringing, so I went for more ease, kind of a more easy version to just try and have fun with it for my first stream. Who do I want some more speed to? I don't even know why I'm asking that. Henry's on the team. Oh, I've heard of Legend of Dragoon. I have not got the chance to play it yet, but it seemed fun. This is Fire Emblem Awakening. This specifically is a mod called Project Thabes. Or sorry, Thabes Overwritten is the name of the mod. Sorry, they changed it while I was in the middle of playing it, so I got to get used to the new name. Let's actually go ahead and skip the terrible ranks of lances for you. Do I have a spare javelin? Nah. We can take his. Better than the Levin sword on her. Um, the mod adds just honestly a ton of weapons, like a lot of weapons from older games, like the Ludnasa, Irvan, Garm. Surprisingly, no one has Gale Force yet. I have a Gale Force scroll, which is another one of the items sitting in my thing, but I haven't figured out who I'm going to be bringing into my late or end game team, which is funny because I have 2 chapters left, but also I have the very rough Priam chapters that I have not planned for. because one of the other changes this mod added was a couple of paralogs, one of which is a one-on-one fight between Crom and Priam. So I'm terrified of that one, not gonna lie. This is not the game with Camilla. This is the game just before Camilla, but this game's cast is also real good. We'll use one of the Tiki teardrops on you. Any other changes I want to do before the fight? I don't think so. I think everyone's pretty good. Yeah, if you go to the Game Banana page, it's pretty easy to mod it, and it runs allegedly fairly well on the Citra emulator. For those of you who don't have a modded 3DS on hand. But you didn't hear that from me if Nintendo ever asks. Oh yeah, also it adds a bunch of this mod adds a bunch of supports for characters. So you can get some fun things like Cordelia and Crom as a pairing, and also Fila is an actual character you can play. Yeah, I'm terrified of the Nintendo Ninja, so I'm just hoping they don't notice me because I'm very small. So, mostly coasting on the fact that I am hopefully too small to register on their radars. Did I give you a pair of boots? No. Oh, I did. Yes. Okay. I forgot. Oh yeah, it also gave dancers a option for promoting, so you can have a very good Olivia or an Ego as a dancer because uh, number one, classes are no longer gender locked in this mod, and number two, dancer and conqueror are inheritable classes. You did. Yeah, unfortunately, with the ban coming in, I will still be streaming on YouTube. I applied for the permission for that today, so they, based on how quickly it was for my partner, um, I should be able to stream over there fairly soon. Oh, thank you, thank you. Every little bit helps for that kind of stuff. Um, the male dancer is a thing. For reasons I don't fully understand, they gave him Donald's pothead. So he's very funny to look at. He's got the dancer fit, but with the Donald hat on. Oh, I should. Okay, you can't reach there. It's pretty funny. I'll pull it up for you after this map. I've been using a lot of the child units other than Severance, Lucina, because I recruited them early. And then this mod gives you 2 Morgans, so I have 2 of the best rally bots. And I have been coasting on that, I'm not going to lie. I don't see the need to nuke with him currently. Give some magic and resistance with you. Thabes Overwritten is the name of the mod. The current iteration of it, anyway. This older version is called Thabes or Project Thabes. It's the same mod. It's just there was some behind the scenes drama, I think, with the creators, so they split up. I don't know the full story, so I'm not going to go super into it, but it's a fun mod now. Oh yeah, it also has some minor stuff like Nowie's horse is a void creature. And also Maribel, for some reason, I had her reclassed as a, where is she? A sage, and her body also disappeared into the void. But so far, those are 2 of the only texture issues I found in my entire playthrough. So I'd say still pretty good. Oh yeah, we got Awakening up in here. And we have the Crit King himself. Ooh, a little stuttery there. Unfortunately, that is a problem I've noticed with specifically Citra, is sometimes with the magic only in Awakening, though, it gets really jittery and stuttery. I don't fully know why, but I'm hoping that's just more maybe a problem with how my computer runs it than anything else. You can get to there. Yeah, I kind of bounce back and forth each playthrough between male and female Robin. I think they're both fantastic and have a lot of great supports. Oh, that's good to know. But yeah, Gaius was also a contender for my team for a while. And then I switched Pan into Rogue, and like her stats just got really good really quickly. So I kind of phased him out, and I feel a little bad about that. But he got his love. I like Gaius a lot. Oh yeah. Henry's also my partner Gord's favorite character, so I made a custom tome for him with their name, and obviously I had to give myself a little bit of favoritism. Throw a quick rally here, get you to gnaw real quick, and then the rest of you guys can just kind of keep moving down. Oh, your rally movement. I don't know why I did that. Oh, thank you for the follow. Oh, also for those who are interested, this mod does have official support with the Gay Awakening mod, so this is modded. Ooh, it's a good pick. This mod is Thabes Overwritten. It's a general, so many smaller tweaks. Oop. But also adds in like other characters that you can play as. Like I have Fila and Raimi, and I meant to get Mustafa as a boss. You could recruit, but I messed up because I misread my notes. Yeah, this is Awakening. I could have paired her up, but that's fine. Yeah, you have to spare 5 of his men, which I remembered to do, but then you have to beat him with Crom, and instead I bullied him with Frederick. Yeah, 3DS Fire Emblem was a different beast, and I adored it. Come on, Robin, I'm trying to let you use your Thoron. You haven't. For those who just tuning in, by the way, I don't know what it was. I have not been able to find a Thoron for most of the game, so Robin just got her first one, and it feels strange. It feels strange not having Thoron for that much of the game. We'll let you do this. Crom will probably dual strike. Yeah. All right. What do you got for me, Cordelia? More of what you're good at. That's fine. All right. That's the Maya range, so I'm just going to ignore that. I'll leave you with the Tempest Blade for now. I don't think there's anyone I'm really afraid of getting hit with Maya. I have a very resistance focused army. Maybe Olivia, but I feel like their hit rate's not going to be great on her. Yeah, 14% hit rate. Um, Move you up. Get Severa some more action. And we'll just do a quick rally to get some more magic and resistance. And one here for everything. Should I move my units before rallying? Probably, but I will always forget to do it. All right, let's send you 3 up in here. Ooh, favorite class is a tough one because I've always been a big fan of like dark mages. I like the high strength. and also fighters. So like I like the high strength, low skill, higher risk, high reward kind of options. You give a character a big weapon, and I'm like, yeah, that's my guy. Hit him with Khaled Bowl. Reference to one of my favorite Fire Emblem games, because I really liked both Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. You're going to be going down this way to get these chests, so we can hold off on letting you up. You can go to Rally. And I think these guys have bows, so I don't want you in range of them. Yeah, we love Awakening over here, so you're in good company with Peak Emblem. You can short spear, that's fine. Yeah, I'm a huge defender of Fate's maybe having the second best gameplay in the franchise, so I'm with you there because I also really do not like Fate's story or most of its writing in general. This is Fire Emblem Awakening, specifically a modded version with the mod Thabes Overwritten. Yeah, Fates' writing made some choices. Some of them were fine, but a lot of them weren't. I personally really enjoyed Three Houses. I can see why some people kind of bounced off of it because it is a lot of micromanaging your units, and doing repeat playthroughs back to back is tough because of how much the first, I think it's like 10 chapters are all the same for each route. But I liked Three Houses a lot. You can't really do dungeon crawling in this game per se because there's no solid dungeons. Um, Shadows of Valentia, which is another Fire Emblem game, kind of had it, but the combat's very different from most Fire Emblems. Oh, that does sound good. Diablo style Fire Emblem because I love both those franchises a lot. That's like targeting me specifically with that one. Do I? Let's see. You have a spear. Putting you right on the edge would be best. How much do I care about pivoting to beat these guys? Oh yeah. Mokushu, I think is the name of the area. Hate every iteration of its map. Uh, I don't think there's been a single version that I was like, yeah, this was a fun experience to play through. All right, Severa, can you give the dual strike, please? Thank you for already getting over 1,000 likes, by the way. Yeah, maybe a hot take. I think ninjas were the least or were the most obnoxious enemy to fight in that game, just because they gave them all either lunge or just other skills that they weren't hard to fight because they weren't very strong. There was just always a lot of them, and they applied the debuffs, so it was very tedious to fight them because you kind of had the option of just bashing against them, or what is it? Waiting it out and taking them, trying to take them one at a time, essentially, and then waiting after each one for the debuffs to go away. Oh yeah, I think Engage has found a good balance for the knives where their debuff is good, but it's not tedious to get rid of. Um, and it's not so obnoxiously strong that you're like, okay, I just gotta wait out the rest of this map or part of this map because I can't proceed while all these debuffs are on me. It was very brutal, especially in Conquest and Revelations, where you'd be facing like sometimes a squad of 5 or 6 master ninjas. I think Engage is very much like Fates. The writing is not good. Um, I do not. I think it's very passable writing in terms of like. I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever played or the worst thing I've ever read in terms of writing. But it is very bland, and you can almost always predict exactly what's going to happen next. So it's just very boring, but the gameplay is maybe the best in the franchise. Like when the Engage gameplay clicks for you, it is such a satisfying game to play. Excellent question. According to Fire Emblem, Mortal Kombat. Yeah, very importantly, fighting on their side, not against them, unless you're, one of some of the older Fire Emblems. Yeah, that's fair. I don't mind the durability system as a way to kind of balance things. I think there are better ways, but I'm scared to see what Fire Emblem tries with the durability system after they made silver weapons almost unusably bad in um, Fates with by taking away their durability. All right, so actually, you get 1 square further by just doing this. You can get to there. You can get one. Also, if you ever want to abuse the durability system, Arms Thrift on Donal with this mod makes it so that your weapons are borderline unbreakable. Yeah, I actually really liked Fates' take on the durability system up until I got to the silver weapons, because I'm a big fan of using the big strong weapons and being told that nah, if you use them, your arm unit just gets terrible. I was never a fan of that. But also, if you're looking for Fates and you want to do something fun with it, there are a couple of really good mods on Game Banana for that one too, including one that gives all of the princesses personal weapons, so it's not just the 4 dudes who get them. Kind of bothered me, not gonna lie. Then again, I'm also kind of a certified Takumi hater, so I like him for the fact that he keeps Korin humble, but he whines a lot. Oop, let's just skip over that so we don't get any more of the stuttering. You can hop over. Yeah, I was Takumi was maybe my favorite character the first time I played through Fates, just because I was not a Korin enjoyer. So him humbling Korin constantly was nice to see when half the cast is aggressive in how much they enjoy being around Korin. So I was like, yeah, this guy's my dude. And then he kept talking like, no, this guy's not my dude. This guy, in fact, might just be a whiner. Uh, we'll give it to Crom. He's getting close to switching classes. Keep using the Wind Edge. I like using the ranged swords. I've missed them. Even if the animation for them is very janky. Uh, I don't know if it's an option for you, but I will be switching over to YouTube. I applied for streaming rights over there, so I should have those starting tomorrow. And I'll be trying to keep up with the Wednesday and Thursdays. I just actually would have to let people know when I'm streaming then, which I have been really bad at lately, letting people know when I'm going live. Listen, as a habitual yapper myself, never apologize for yapping. Sometimes you're just passionate about stuff. Enjoy the passion. You can get to there, so we will drop Mark there. Oop, dance him. I really should bring Inigo to more maps because having two dancers is just incredible. But I keep forgetting to add him back to the team. Move you all up. And keep the combat squad. I would like to get... I might have Robin defeat the boss here just so I can finally get him to 15. Because I'd like to reclass Robin soon. Oh yeah, that's right. I think if you open the door, they all crack down, which I forgot. You can grab the next chest. Find treasure. Start working your way down. Oh yeah. For as much as I dislike Corrin, probably the best unit in every Fates game except for I would contest Conquest, just because Camilla is insane in Conquest for when you get her. So we will door. You honestly probably could use more. Actually, that's a bowman right there, isn't it? Yep. All right, keeping Mark away from him. Yeah, Camilla is the answer. If there's a problem in Conquest, more often than not, until you get Xander, Camilla is the answer. And even when you get Xander, there's a good chance Camilla can also solve the problem. You two hold the line. Bring Robin over, because I forgot to. And rally. Did I forget to give this group a door key? Maybe. Am I going to reflect on that action? No. Because I am foolish. Mostly just gonna buckle down and wait. Alright, another Olivia level up. Always a pleasure. I'll take it. I have not used her as a combat class much this game, so her mediocre offenses are fine. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I like how the guys with ranged weapons are still fine with attacking the person who has the ranged counter. That's it's a choice. That's real nice. Always good when you have the unit that's just turbo blessed with luck. It's the strongest power in Fire Emblem. Bring you guys over. Give you Nosferatu to tank. No, that's very fair. The main reason I am less harsh on Camilla now is because I've read her supports that aren't about Corrin. Her supports about Corrin are the worst. I do not enjoy how much they play on really weird tropes with her. Kinda hate it, in fact. Donnie can open the chest. Free money. Never a bad thing. But I want to like the character outside of that, but they make it real hard with how many of her supports are just about how much she's obsessed with Corrin, and I hate it. Because her supports, when they're just her getting to be herself, they're pretty fun. Her support with Niles is really fun, where she is one of the only people who can out-flirt him. I think that's a fun dynamic. I wish we got more of that. Instead, we get her just being weird about her adopted sibling, and it's bad. And I say this as someone who I consider myself someone who likes Camilla. I just hate that the writers were weird about it. As someone who has siblings, it's the worst thing, and it's way more common than I think should ever be possible. Just hate it. Oh, poor Olivia. Bop you there. She probably won't get to do anything for the rest of the map. We'll bring Mark over. He can be our support. Yeah, she's not going to get to do anything. We'll do the rally. And then Steel Lance. And hit him with the squash. So I forgot, I usually tend to do Nas chapter way before I do go beat Walhart. So I did not realize the enemies wouldn't scale as much. This one was considerably easier than I was expecting. Oh, that hurt. I really thought he'd gain more than that. Decent Morgan level up out of it, though, so I'll take it. All that's left is my least favorite of the child paralogs. Yeah, valid. Honestly, when even now I'm replaying Fates a little bit in my spare time. Pardon me. And I'm not gonna lie, I have skipped every piece of dialogue, and it has made for a much more enjoyable time. Do I feel bad about that? Maybe. But also, no, not really. You know, kind of like now with the Rickon hair. I think it goes well with her color palette. I have not played any of the SMT or Persona games. I've heard I would enjoy them, and I've been debating picking up Metaphor. It unfortunately just came at a time where I didn't have the spare cash for it. Also, Metaphor Refantasio is a very fun name. All right. So first things first, let's show off the absolutely incredible Ego Dancer with his pot on his head. Yeah, I'm terrified because I'm a big Monster Hunter player. So with Wilds right around the corner, my wallet is looking on in fear. Do I? I don't really care about any of that. I went to the Ana merchant by default, forgetting that I kind of have a already stacked inventory. I think it's just the Nah Ricken and Nah Nowie supports. Pardon me. Sorry about that. Yeah, honestly, I'm a huge fan of this mod. On the whole, I think if you're looking for a good way to experience Awakening again, could not recommend this one more. I haven't really run into any changes where I'm like, man, this makes it worse. I think I watched someone play the first like 2 to 3 hours of Nocturne, so a quarter of the intro, but it looked really cool because that's SMT Nocturne, right? Gotta say though, I'm very much on Team Nah side for this. Yeah, that's fair. There are definitely some games that I recommend to people that I think I didn't enjoy personally, but mostly just for personal reasons. I think there's plenty. I think generally there's always going to be a market for most games, even if it takes them a while to find it. I think that's the fun thing about games. Oh, thank you for the follow. Man, now if they gave you regular clothes, I'd be so much happier to have you in the army. But honestly, I'm pretty weirded out. Yeah, like the fact that looping it back to Fire Emblem because I have a problem. Uh, I personally didn't actually enjoy Echoes a ton, but I highly recommend it to a lot of different people just because it's a really solid game. And the art style is gorgeous, and the music is incredible. So even if you're just experiencing it for the atmosphere, mm, I enjoyed a lot of Echoes. It's the gameplay and the map choices that I didn't. I'm not an archer enjoyer, so having archers be both the best units in the game and the answer to every problem was not for me. I did like the changes to the magic system though. That I think there were a lot of really good ideas in Echoes, and I'm glad Three Houses expanded on some of them, though I think they could have done it better. Um, Echoes is a game that I have played twice. Oh yeah, archers and echoes are insane. All bows I think are 1 to 2 range. Archers get a skill that gives them an extra range, and then bow knights get a skill that gives them like 5 range. And they have, without a doubt, the best combat art. Hunter's Volley is insane. That's fair. Three Houses is a game that I can fully understand a lot of people bouncing off of, just because at the end of the day, there's a lot of micromanaging you need to do, even for mundane things. Um, and some people aren't going to like that. Also, the fact that you have to repeat the same story multiple times for the first part of the game. I like the game, hate that bit of it. I need less flyers, honestly, with how many bows are on this. Yeah, that's fair. I would also like to get Tiki some level soon, but there's a lot of bow knights here, and I don't really want to deal with them. We can recruit Yarn turn 1. Yeah, I will say the micromanaging is considerably less than in like Persona games, from my understanding. but I definitely see the micromanaging as getting to be a lot. I just grew up with Final Fantasy Tactics, so I love the nitty gritty of unit customizations. My first Fire Emblem is also my favorite, unsurprisingly. It was Path of Radiance, which is the game I'm going to be streaming after this one. Yeah, if you could skip more of the school aspect, like I am firmly convinced the monastery could have been an optional exploration, but condense it all into a menu for repeat playthroughs. That'd be pretty nice. Because good lord, trying to get through the school portion after I've beaten it 4 times to see all the paths, it's rough. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm choosing the to beat them both up because they both suck option. Yeah, that's fair. I am not at all above admitting that I am a munchkin when it comes to these games too. So, I think actually doing it here is probably safest. Pardon me. I wish I liked Yarn more. I think he's fine, but he never really stood out to me. That's fair. Three Houses unfortunately does not have anything you can really do with the post game, unlike Awakening and Sacred Stones. I'll also say, um, Three Houses removing the weapon triangle. Still don't like it. Like the game a lot. Give me my weapon triangle back. Silver Axe, Silver Axe, Silver Lance. I'm a little concerned with the mages, but that'll be fine. We'll move Crom over just to be. What range does get into her? Oh, is there a siege dome? No. What can get to her? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, if you haven't read the Pan Frederick supports, they're really fun. Turns out Frederick is only afraid of one thing, and that is giant bunnies. Yeah, I fully understand some people aren't as big on the weapon triangle, but I'm I always kind of like the slight edge it gave you to some classes, even though sometimes it made some units just unfortunately really bad. Like if you ever played FE6 and you really like the axe units, I'm sorry. Throw a rally up. Have you on this side. I'm real confused as to what. Oh, you have a spear. That's why. I don't think I. Oh, Baruka. Yeah, I don't think I've seen the Baruka Kaze support. Throw a rally here and keep you relatively close to both. Oh, thanks for stopping in. Hope to see you. Always a pleasure. I like yapping with people. I remember. So don't tell Nintendo, but allegedly, if you were looking to play this on a not 3DS, you could download something called Citra, which is a emulator. But if Nintendo asks, you didn't hear it from me because I am terrified of the lawyers. And also, it's really good at running this really cool mod called Thabes Overwritten, which may be what I am playing this with. No, that's fair. I'm terrified of modding anything I own, so I feel you on that. So long as you are vague with the wording, you should be relatively safe. But always make sure you get anything online from a safe and reputable place. Triple checking sometimes to make sure is never a bad thing. It can be a bit tough to learn, but if you're looking for a good game to learn, Awakening is a fairly good one. If you're playing on a lower difficulty, it's very beginner friendly. And you do not start on like Lunatic, I think is the highest difficulty. The I've played Fire Emblem for years, and I still am not sure how some people beat that difficulty. Um, it ha- it has a very high skill ceiling, but the skill floor is also considerably lower than a lot of games. So it's easy to pick up, hard to master. Yeah, Silver Lancing here. There's no bows over here, right? No. Okay. Echoes is a good one to have for a favorite. It's real good. Yeah, for as long as I have been a Fire Emblem fan, it is my greatest shame to admit that I have never beaten Thracia or Genealogy. Uh, I've been meaning to. I have started both of them. Man, those maps take a bit, which is isn't fair because I also played Radiant Dawn, which has maps that are as big, if not bigger, sometimes. But I just like the Radiant Dawn cast a lot. Even the ones who unfortunately didn't get much to go off of because man, the writers really hated anyone new added to Radiant Dawn. Um, Gord. No, that's fair. Um, the ADHD kicking in is very valid. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I forgot you already had Life Taker. That's right. I kind of want to see. Oh yeah, by the way, this mod did add a couple of new classes to the game. There's not a ton of them, but they have like the Mastermind, so you could be an Axe and Dark Magic version of Robin. It has a little bit lower speed than Grandmaster, so that's if you get a speed screwed Robin like I did early on, it's a bit rough. But oh yeah, that's right. Walmart's insane. I forgot about that. Howdy. But yeah, I've always been told I would like genealogy once I can get started into it. It's just starting. It's the problem. I'll do like the first map, be like, man, that was fun, and then never go back. Yeah, that's fair. Uh, I tried echoes on this. I know some people were talking about like I think it's like a texture pack you can download for it. I did not find it in time for the start of the stream, but I will definitely have to look into that for if I want to do like Fates or Echoes on stream one day. Honestly, same. I'm hoping we get a genealogy remake because that'd give me good incentive to replay. Well, slash play, I should say. Hit him with the Thoron. Good to know. I think it could be neat, but honestly, with the way the game handles some things, I don't know if it'd be that interesting. The game's very tentative with handling like anything beyond most PG writing, honestly. I think Dark Deity kind of gets closer to that from what I understood, and from what I remember writing. But yep, most honestly, I'm gonna say it. All the Gen 2 units in Fates got that real bad. Oh, thank you for the follow. All right, Morgan, if we could dodge a few more hits. I know you're just at half health now, but I'm getting a little spooked. Yeah, I'm assuming you mean something along the lines of making it more family friendly, essentially. Yeah, a lot of the Gen 2 units unfortunately fall really far into what I call the Fates problem in general, where they have a trope or a bit, and that is the one thing most of their supports focus on, and good lord, some of them picked really bad bits. Like Hanada's kid, who the only thing I remember about him is that he likes pickles. I don't know if that's his only core character trait, but that's the only one that stood out. Oh yeah, pickles are great. But if that's the one thing I can remember about a character who has probably a few hundred lines of dialogue, oof. We'll use you to swap over here. Yeah, Fate's, especially in my opinion, Birthright. Some real atrocious writing choices with some of those characters. The fact that so many of them are so one dimensional. Also, Perry existing in Van or Xander's just general area is a crime. Like if there's one character who wouldn't put up with that, it would be Xander. So what do you mean she's his retainer? All right, drop these mages because they're the biggest threat to Walmart. Oh, perfect. I was worried she wouldn't do enough damage, but I should know better. It's Lucina. I think the biggest thing they took from Awakening that was negative was trying to do the Gen 2 units. Because Awakening had the time travel gimmick, um, which works for, bringing in the Gen 2 kids. It's fun. Baby dimensions are awful. It makes every parent in uh, Fate's just infinitely worse. Honestly, if they remake Blazing Blade, I kind of hope they just ignore the Mark exists because he's nothing really. Oh yeah, I forgot they reused. I feel like it says a lot I forget that they reused a bunch of characters for the Gen 2 of Fates. Because I know they brought over Selena, Laszlo, and Owain, which I think is stupid, but I got over. I forgot about the Gen 2 units, which were Gaius, Cordelia, and Tharja, but with the names scribbled off. Hard agree, especially if they're not gonna. If they, I kind of hope they don't do a Lin mode, um, because I feel like even for a tutorial, it wasn't very good. But if they don't do the tutorial, I think making Blazing Sword and Binding Blade one game would give us a meaty Fire Emblem game, but honestly, I think it still might have less chapters than Radiant Dawn, which is funny to me. Let's visit some of these villages. Oh yeah. We'll let you do it. Technically, they reused Lissa twice because Sakura and Elise are just the same character. Also, apologies to anyone who's like a diehard Fates fan. I mean, I'm not the I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I do understand that a lot of people enjoy it. I enjoy the gameplay a lot. I just like to riff on its writing decisions as well, and some of the decisions that the writers didn't actually do. Yeah. Oh yeah, I honestly forgot Ophelia was a thing because Odin was really bad of a unit to use, so I didn't wind up using him much. Oh, I mean, I feel like it says a lot that I have five of them. I think in my army, so hard agree on that. Yeah, I liked Soliel. Didn't like her support with Corin. That was really uncomfortable. Oh yeah, Gale Force is real fun. Honestly, anything that lets you take an extra turn, I'm all about. I don't really need to full recover here. Um, was he Jacob's kid? Oh, did he moved right in front of the village? That yeah. My partner really likes both Jacob and Dwyer a lot, so I don't honestly remember that much about them, but I'm willing to give him a pass just for that. Yeah, I think I remember liking Jacob a lot, but I could not tell you a specific support of his that I'm like, yeah, that one's great. Thank you for the gifts, by the way. Beast Killer, that's fine. Nothing crazy. Who do I want to give this experience to? Mark's probably the lowest level, so. Oh, why did I do that? He has maxed out weapon experience. There's a chance he gets nothing from this. Okay, never mind. He got the best staff in the game. I love it. For reference, also, I'm aware that that's a terrible staff, which is very funny. Yeah, especially when they included the Heroes Gotcha character as one of the DLC emblems. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Where you can literally just play gotcha on whether or not you get a good summon or you get a Sacred Stones summon. Also, potential hot take for this, Engage's designs are the worst in the franchise, in my opinion. The gameplay is really good, minus the gotcha emblem stuff that you can do with the DLC. I think that's kind of dumb. It's not the worst thing in the world, but the actual gameplay of Engage is maybe the best in the franchise, in my opinion. The story and the characters are not. Engage's characters, in my opinion, are very, very over designed. Like, all of them have a lot of weird accents and details to them that I feel like they all look so busy and cluttered. And I don't want to be as negative on it as I am because I do enjoy the gameplay a lot. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It looks like they're Genshin characters, which isn't a knock on Genshin. I think if that's what you enjoy, fine. But man, is it disappointing coming from Fire Emblem. That sounds incredible. Uh, Cervantes is one of those characters that I have always enjoyed. Could I tell you why? No. Um, Boolean M. What are you? Oh, these are the defensive and offensive ones. Nice. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I'm going to be streaming my pick for the personal best Fire Emblem storyline next, which is going to be Path of Radiance. Yeah, I feel like a lot of them just have too much going on with them. Um, and I think sometimes that can be fine. Like, if you have a very ostentatious character like Henry here, honestly has a lot going on with his design, but he works well with it because it's not all his design. There's just a lot of smaller accents. Oh, I could do that. I did see that Conquer was yes, this is Fire Emblem Waking. Conqueror was passable down. I wanted to play Male Robin and I forgot to actually install Gay Awakening for this run, so that wasn't unfortunately an option, but I'm also one of those weird people who really likes Fila, so I wound up marrying her. Yeah, I could do a character tier list stream at some point. That sounds kind of fun. I don't obviously know a lot of like the super high level strategies with a lot of characters, but I can talk about my personal choices at the very least. Yeah, I Tamara was maybe the character that I enjoyed talking to the most in my game, but I don't know why she has a bunch of random bubbles on her. Listen, the fact that they gave Rinka those abs and her strength growth is that bad, I'm still mad about it. You're gonna give us this absolutely shredded, gorgeous woman. Ooh, that sounds real fun. Yeah, you're gonna give us this shredded, gorgeous woman and give her like I think she's got a 30% strength growth, which is or 35 maybe in Oni. With this mod, you can marry a few of the extra characters. So I married Fila in this one because I think she's real pretty and I liked her support a lot. Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah. Uh, Honestly, I haven't really cared about any of the. I'm not a huge marriage person in Fire Emblem, mostly just because I like reading supports of a lot of the platonic ones more. I think they're a lot of fun and stuff like that. But Engage's marrying was odd. Raimi is another character you can add. You can also pick up all of the spot pass characters before you'd normally be able to. Like after beating um, Gangrel, you get his paralogue. After she falls, you get Emeren's paralogue. I haven't actually gone to do the second to last chapter yet, but I got Walmart and Yanfei. Yeah, Three Houses was fine. I think just because it was very simple. This one is Fire Emblem Awakening. I do gotta eventually try and convince people to do a Fire Emblem TTRPG with me though, because we are my current D&D group is currently going through a bunch of the. Do I really care about getting him other skills? Kind of not really. Do I just want to give him an axe? Maybe. Well, we'll hold him in Grandmaster for now. But yeah, my current D&D group has been going through a bunch of pre-written modules because we wanted to rank or do a bunch of them. And I'm currently gearing up to run Pathfinder Kingmaker modded or swapped over to 5e. My favorite Fire Emblem is Path of Radiance. Oh, I think someone also asked what are the characters you get? You can also get Mustafa, the boss of the chapter where they play Don't Speak Her Name. But fair warning, if you do that, you got to beat him with Crom. You can't just bully him with Frederick. Yeah. Actually, fun fact: I actually started my TTRPG experience with 3.5 and Pathfinder, kind of blended together, which was an interesting first game. But my first campaign I ever ran was in Pathfinder 1e, and we didn't switch to 5e until I think almost until the pandemic started. I haven't gotten a chance to try out second edition Pathfinder, but I've been listening to a couple of games of it, and it sounds real fun. I am the Nega Doobie and Wah. Yeah, my first TTRPG with wound up campaign I wound up finishing was Pathfinder's Rise of the Rune Lord storyline, which I highly recommend. No, I'm not gonna promise not to sacrifice myself. Ooh, that's good to know. Oh, thank you for the follow. If you want to keep up with me potentially after the ban goes through in America, because our government is the worst. I will be also streaming on YouTube starting soon. I think Edelgard's had the right idea, but I think the story does her so much wrong with the fact that the ending to her storyline is just, and then Hubert did all the work of stopping the extra villains on the side. I think she would have benefited um, very much from actually getting the extra 3 to 4 chapters that her path needed to flesh out one more of the storyline between her and the what is it? Those who slither in the dark and whatnot. I hate their name. It's so stupid. But I think Edelgard had the right idea. Maybe don't maybe tell a few more people about your idea because we know for a fact Claude would have been 100% on board, and also poor my boy. Oh yeah, I gotta give him his royal sword. My boy Dimitri gets so unfortunately screwed by Edelgard when she doesn't tell him anything. I get that it's like a tragedy thing, but damn, is it sad. That would be a bit odd considering how they were actively trying to unalive Rhea. So I don't know about that one, but oh yeah, Raven the Rogue. If you want to let us know the YouTube channel, because I would definitely be down to check out those sessions. That sounds super fun. Grab your concoction back. You as well. Red Echo Games. I will have to mark that down. Pin that comment just so I don't forget it. Also, why do I have you with a concoction? You have the falchion. I can just give you an extra weapon. Strength plus 5 might be nice for you. We're getting towards the last couple of maps. You can have a concoction as well. And let's finally spend more of these stat boosters, because I'm going to forget them if I don't. Energy drop. Who are my strength units that are kind of falling behind? Severa, you can have one. You're below 30. And we'll give the other one to Tiki. Is it favoritism? Absolutely. Magic. Yeah, we'll give him both to Henry. He's my main magic unit. Getting him up to a nice round 30 is nice. Skill. Robin's not a bad contender. Yeah, probably Robin. I think we'll give the other one to Henry just to keep him as a crit machine. Oh, hey, Tom. Tiki, fun fact, my favorite unit in Awakening, so you will see a lot of favoritism for her in general from me, so. Luck. Give one to Freddy. Normally I would just sell them for money, but I'm not super concerned. It's Awakening. You don't have to worry about money. You can grind for money if you want. I think giving the other one to Mark would be safest. Frederick is a very valid first pick. Yeah, I'm gradually trying to step away from Roll20 myself. I've been learning Foundry, so I feel that. Defense. We'll give it to Freddy. Get him up to 30. Oh, I have 3 of them. Never. I'll give Severa one. Why not? Foundry's a virtual tabletop that you can kind of load or preload modules and stuff into. It's really cool. Most underrated character. Gangrel's a good pick. I actually think Anna might be underrated because she is cracked. Like, she is a monster. I haven't used her much in this playthrough, and even then, she's still been fairly competent. I'm not sure about the doing your own games in Foundry. I've mostly just been trying to learn how to do stuff like setting up Pathfinder and D&D games in it. So I haven't gotten the chance to experiment too much with it, but I've been a big fan of it so far. I'm gonna give you both the talismans, honestly, because I want you to be a mage fighter. I can agree with that. I think Rickon is a very good mage knight or Levin sword, shock lance, paladin. I think is a really good option for him. I think you can do a lot of interesting off stuff you normally wouldn't be able to do with other units. Meyer, Levin sword, silver sword. I'm probably sending Walmart this way because it's the fewest mages. Donald, you can lead this way. Can you tell I like dark flyers in this game, by the way? Because this isn't even all of my dark flyers. I could have one more. I really should bring a second healer if I'm being honest. But I don't know who I'd want to drop for one. What are we looking at for Archer situation? One. So there'll likely be some in the reinforcements, but there's only one on each side. I think I can leave Pan behind. She's one of my strongest combat units, so it's not ideal. Actually, do I have some with a higher staff rank? Cameron, you have A ranks, so we can keep you as a almost exclusively healer, but mend. You can grab the unused physic actually. You can take a fortify and an Ashura. And just to let you fight back, what's a good tome for you? We'll grab you Arc Wind. You can have Nowies. Oh yeah, we're fairly late into it too, so uh, get to see some fun stuff. Ooh, what class I would? That is a tough one because I honestly really love playing thief characters in TTRPGs, but I also really like warriors and fighters and all that. I'm a you put an axe in my hand, I'm a happy guy. Um, oh yeah, we honestly I really love this game. I'm surprised I don't play it more often because I own it, but you know what? I think I'm gonna commit and say fighter into warrior for what I'd want to play in a TTRPG, just because sometimes you can't beat the classic of just whacking something with an axe. If you're looking for one that works pretty well, I've had a lot of success with allegedly Citra. Ooh, Cavaliers are fun in TTRPGs. Uh, yeah, Three Houses is probably my number 2 or 3 slot for favorite Fire Emblem. I like it a lot. We will trade the wolf bear back. Zap him with the uh, Fear the Deer, Golden Deer route. Those are my boys. Claude is my favorite of the 3 lords. Hilda is my favorite character in the game. And also, I like the fact that you actually get to battle the main villain of the game. Still wild to me that spoiler character isn't in a few of the other paths. I will try not. Apologies for almost spoiling it, but I'll try and keep things relatively spoiler free for a game we're not playing. Marianne deserves so much better, and I am so happy that if you recruit her, uh, she stays alive. Yeah, Blue Lions. The fact that they don't even touch on one of the main antagonists of the game until the final chapter, and then they're just like, "Oh yeah, they exist. We're gonna deal with them, I guess." That always seemed weird to me because, like, on the final map, they're like, "Who are these weird people?" And the game's just like, "Don't worry about it." Three Houses, I think, needed another year of development time as its thing. Uh, Much like I think Fates could have benefited from that. Yeah, fun fact: if you play Edelgard, it's even shorter because for some reason they gave her, who arguably she should have had the longest path with what her goals were, the shortest one. I still don't get it. Yeah, Edelgard's was actually the last route I played, which I feel kind of bad about because playing Blue Lions first left a bad taste in my mouth for Edelgard. I wound up liking Dimitri a lot more than I was expecting. Um, yeah, Fates definitely bit off a lot more than they could chew. It was ambitious, but you can tell the writing staff was where the writing staff had their focus for certain things. That's a pretty good one. Have you ever done the Silver Snow? I think is the name of the route where you don't side with Edelgard. I really should have done this first, but oh yeah, I think Claude's route is probably the best, mostly just because it leaves the least amount of questions unanswered. Yeah. Oh, that's fair. I made the mistake of marathoning all four and have not been able to finish too many playthroughs since. I think I finished two since the game came out, and I finished the first four. Yeah, Fates' roster is ridiculous because I think it has more characters in it than Radiant Dawn, and Radiant Dawn didn't have enough time to flesh out its characters. Oh, that's fair. Oh, I forgot there were flyers up there. That's not great. Um, Volganome, Silver Axe, Tornado. Can you one shot? No. So I think we need to rally, dance. I kind of don't have opinions on the Three Houses DLC's characters because I only ever used them in the DLC. Every time I get into a main route on a game, I never really want to use them, if I'm being honest. Like, I think Balthus is probably my favorite, but that's more just because I like the brawler style characters. Yeah, I wish they did more with the divided nations between Nor and Hoshido, because the world building we got for them was not a lot. Like, fun fact, I've played through all three paths multiple times. I don't think I can tell you what the name of the world's Fates is based in is. I don't know if there is a name for the world Fates is based in. I probably need you to help support with Tornado. Yeah, which seems like a very odd thing to leave out of your world building. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Oh yeah, Nora's definitely the best route of the three. I'm of the opinion that Conquest is the best route. Hoshido is probably the second best, which hurts me to say, and then Vala sucks. That's fair. I know a lot of people like Vala. I think it has the worst map gimmicks and a very map gimmicky centric game. Uh, I have so much. I don't want to be as negative to Fates as I am because it gives the impression that I hated the game. I enjoyed a lot of the game. It's just, man, they made some choices. Yeah, Fates' gameplay I still say is my second favorite in the franchise. Also, Robin out here being a problem. Yeah, the writing in Fates is the problem, and I hate to say that because I feel like with some work it could have worked really well. We'll give you Nosferatu to tank. Yeah, they very much wanted Corrin to be an everyman character who you could see yourself as, and that it just doesn't work with a character that they put that much focus on in terms of how much everyone loved them. I need to get you away. Perfect. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. It's a fun kind of bad. Nothing in it is so atrocious that it makes me not want to go back to it. It's just, man, they made some choices. Also, there was never any reason to put the face blowing minigame in the game. You can't defend that one to me. Oh, I probably should have second sealed there, but it's fine. More warrior levels are never a bad thing. Thank you, Mark, for dodging and critting. Thank you, Frederick, for dodging. Yeah, I don't know why they brought the sleeping minigame back for uh what is it? Engage. Um we didn't need it back. We didn't need people to randomly wake you up in the middle of the gameplay. Luckily that one's very optional and I don't think I ever did it again after I realized what it was. I forgot about that too. Man, Fate's made some choices. I mean, I think it's pretty easy to give meaningful spouse interactions. It's just give me more ways to talk to the spouse, like have conversations, cool stuff like that. Oh, he had advantage. Whoops. Have it be you get to learn more about your spouse's lore. That'd be way cooler. We will do that. We'll use a fortify, get you some experience for the first time. Back with the killer lance. We missed a 92. Yes, I am part of the problem. I have the Dark Flyer Doom stack. Listen, you're not wrong. This is Thabes Overwritten. I'm not worried about that. That's only 21 damage total. Um, it has a bunch of little tweaks like that. Like in addition to both Morgans, it gives you a couple of extra characters like Fila, Mustafa, and Raimi. And fun fact, uh, we got. Oh, it also ungender locks all the classes. I may like Fila a lot. Do I want? I want to drop this Dark Mage, so we'll move you up. Oh yeah, I could have made some people archers. I'm so used to Virion being my picture for the archers in this game, and I don't like Virion that much, which is why I paired him with my other least favorite character, who I might get bullied for on this one, but it's Tharia. I'm a certified Virion hater, which is funny because even then I'd put him as like a D character. He's not even like a character that I hate. He's just one I don't enjoy. Trust me. The Thoria dislike comes from a strong place. Yeah. People were mentioning a potential build you could do with her for like a Myrmidon into something. I'm gonna be honest. I just did them together because I don't like either of them. I also just really dislike Stalker characters, which is the main reason I dislike Tharia. It's a trope I hope goes away quickly. That's fine. I don't think anyone in the army should have good chemistry with Tharia. Certified Tharia hate. Tharia is a character I will say I openly hate. Oh, she was outside of the heal range. Whoops. Fly up and rally. Fly up and rally. Main things to know about her is she's really into Robin. And I feel like that's mean to say, but that is almost half of her supports. That's not me being hyperbolic either. Really into Robin, the My Unit character. Emerin deserves so much better, and Gangrel deserved so much worse. But he's honestly kind of a funny guy when you recruit him, so I'm not going to hold it against him. Just shy. That's right. You have Meyer, and I think you have Meyer. Yeah. And we got the Knight Brigade here, and I think 2 mages. So let's move Walmart up. The Talk Me Love is elsewhere. I liked Talk Me a lot on my first playthrough, but then he kept talking. Yes, I exclusively call him Walmart because he's the conqueror. He wants to destroy everything in his way and is also a monster. Also, some of my Takumi hate may come from the fact that he was so oppressive during the time when I was playing the mobile game. Heroes. That's the one. Okay, no one can rally there. Him and I think he's from Genealogy, the Mage Knight. Oh, they gave it the follow. Reinhardt, I think was his name. Oh yeah, his supports with Camilla are hilarious. I like a lot of his supports with the other characters. It's just I don't like him that much. Yeah, I think Walhart is the best villain in this game. Uh, I think if we got a longer Volm arc, that would be my main want because him as a foil to Crom's ideology is so good. Valid. Also valid. I've grown to like Camilla more as a character as time has gone on, but I don't think it's because she's a particularly good character. I think it's just she's the kind of character that I can enjoy. So I like her supports with characters that where she doesn't talk about Corrin. All right, who over here is my best resistance? Tiki, and it's not close. You have Tornado. Doubled is 20. So you have effectively 40 yeah, 40 against her. She'll be fine with a rally. That's not Morgan. That one's Morgan. I will talk about Anna all day long if you let me. Please do not start me on that. Hard agree, by the way. Corrin, I think, is the worst thing about Fates. Which is a shame because turns out when you put Corrin in support role like the Warriors game did, Corrin works really well. When they're the main character, though, not so much. You have advantage, but you only have a 19% chance to hit. Thank you, Swordbreaker. Also, even if you did hit, he would do 3 damage. But yeah, also, Anna is one of my favorite characters in Fire Emblem. Every iteration, except for Three Houses, where they took away her personality and all of her supports. Oh, free money. We'll drop you with Lucina. Yeah, fun fact about this mod, by the way, you can marry her to Crom. Just saying. We'll give you Crom as the backup. Yep. Every female who marries before the you know wasn't expecting that from Donald, but that's a way to end the chapter. I was like, okay, Donald will lure her in. He probably won't drop her in one turn, and he might take some damage, and then he crit. What's funny is I was fairly certain Donnie would drop her real low, and I could pick up the win with someone like Crom. But I made the mistake of expecting Donnie not to win. All right, I could go do my least favorite paralogue in all of Fire Emblem, but I don't really want to. I adore Maribel. Yeah, because the better your units are, the harder the mission is. I think my first time beating it, I wound up undeploying all of my best units except for Crom, and going in with all of my underleveled units and having Crom beat them up. Maribel's Maribel might be just outside of my top 5 for Awakening. I like a lot of Awakenings cast. Fun story for anyone or for my first time playing through. I was really into Sumia. I had her with like a B support with Robin and a C support with Crom by the time I got to the chapter. Uh so Crom Mr. Steal Your Girl me by accident, which I found very funny. I didn't use any second gen kids my first playthrough of Fates because I thought they were real stupid. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, we got the Walmart support. I almost missed that. Niles is a great support. Oh yeah, I always forget. I'm so used to doing it by default, but I forget that if you don't level up Donald on his map, he doesn't join. Niles is one of my favorite characters in Fates. I really wish he had better stats and classes available to him because, man, I wish I could make him a monster without just over investing in him. It's so hard to use him on high difficulty uh, Iron Man runs. Oh, I didn't know that about Cher. That's interesting. But hey, at least you got my favorite Sumia support, which is Sumia Henry, which is way better than her Crom support. I will die on this hill. Nothing wrong with that. I'm literally playing this mod on the easiest difficulty because I was scared. I feel you on that. It's are very personally tailored. So I because look at this monster: Swordbreaker, Axebreaker, Lancebreaker, and Aether, and a 1 to 2 range sword that gives him an effective defense of 34. And by the way, this is the easier map. There's another one. 1-on-1 capped stats Priam for everything except for magic and luck. Luckily, they took away Aether. He only has Luna, so he can't regain hit, but he has hit plus 20, hit plus 10, and Anathema. He ain't missing. And Crom is not ready for this. Crom is fully not ready for this yet. This Paralog is new to this mod, and it is incredible. It's a great test of your endgame build, but oh my god. Oh no. This is Garden of Giants, I think, is I think the hardest Fire Emblem map in Awakening and probably in Fates too. It's just so many high power enemies, such insane variety. You got to be prepared for everything on this map. And also the fact that they have both high dodge, high health, and high defense and resistance enemies means you got to have a very good and diverse team. But honestly, kind of worth it. Priam is a monster. He is a mini Ike, and I love him for that. Is that the Arms Thrift scroll? Yes. Okay. Good to know I can buy that. But I will have to come back to that once I've, actually gone out, grinded for money, bought up a bunch of these stat boosters, and maxed out Crom so that he can effectively fight Priam for that second one. And I will likely have to do some off-stream grinding for the rest of my team because I think Walmart's the only one I'd feel confident walking in with that map as he is. Because look at this monster. Yeah, mostly I did it because I wanted to see what her tier 2. I figured out fairly late in that, or fairly early on, that she had a tier 2 because of the skills that were granted. Um, but I'm gonna probably pivot her for her training after she gets one more level. Yeah, I wish a lot of them had more custom things. Like this mod was nice enough to Crom where they made his Great Lord the base default for his Paladin model, which I think is really nice. And a couple other tweaks like that. Yeah. Also, Walmart without the blue, yeah, Walmart without the blue arm or red armor is very cursed. I'm not going to lie. I might build up Yanfei, Basilio, and Flavia, who also, by the way, uh, another great thing about this mod, a lot of the characters who didn't or who had really small support sections got them fleshed out insanely. So one thing I planned to do was marry Maribel and Walhart because I found it very funny. So I have left Maribel unmarried this entire time for a meme. I also could be a monster and get the Gangrel Emerin support. I could do Basilio Anna. That could be fun. I don't like that Basilio cannot support Olivia. I think that's a little strange because they always gave me father-daughter vibes, if I'm being honest. But unfortunately, I don't have anyone left Flavia can support because I married Longku to get lore-accurate Batman. Oh yeah, might also do Gregor Tiki because that seems very fun. I also want to level up some of the kid units because most of the time I was recruiting them and then putting them on the bench because I didn't want to deal with them. I don't think I've seen their Hot Springs dialogue. I might have to look at that. Also, look at this monster. This is a dancer with pass, patience, and charm. I really gotta level him because he's going to be a monster. And also, look at this. This is peak Fire Emblem. Oh, I always thought that was Baruka and Saizo support, but if it's Kaze, that's even funnier. Yeah, I'm real excited to see what they did for the promoted dancer for him. My boy Owain with Axe Breaker, by the way, for in case you really needed an axe unit to be destroyed. Laurent could be fun. I could do some defender shenanigans with a dark mage knight Laurent. Who else do we got? Cynthia is just really good. I firmly convinced all Pegasus Knights in this game are good. Noir, I might actually look into doing that second seal into Myrmidon for her because there's a really good counter build. I think it was what it was. Not counter, vengeance build. Cherish is great. Love Cherish. I honestly, I can do some really good things with Deliverer Cherish. Make her an absolute just one thing in particular I want as far away as possible to just drop. 10 movement on a Wyvern Lord is beautiful. Laurent, I don't know what I'd really want to do with him, but I could do some shenanigans with the defender. Jerome is just diet Shersh, so nothing bad with that. I gave him Sword Fair because Griffin Rider's got swords in this, and that's gonna be real fun. I actually really like Shersh and Longku. You get a lot of the good Longku backstory. But honestly, I don't think there's a single bad Shersh option for supports. I like them all. Kajel I also have as a counter build, but I'm not sure how much I like it. Oh, thanks for stopping in. I will try to be better about actually posting before I go live for streams so that people can catch them more easily. Because I'm real bad at that. Yes, both of them are riding Minerva. Or in Jerome's case, currently a Griffin because I wanted to give him swords, but you know, it's Minerva in spirit. Nah, I don't really think there's anything you're going to be able to do that I won't be able to do with Tiki, and I like Tiki more. I'm sorry, nah. Yarn, I think there's probably some stuff I can do. He's got access to Frederick's classes, so could do some fun stuff. I got options. I got to figure out what I want to do. Oh yeah. Speaking of, Pan's 2 levels away from going back to a Tagwell. I put them in different classes for skills. I wanted it specifically Naui to get Life Taker, um, and I think Quick Burn and Focus are fairly decent for her. Mostly, I want them to get additional skills because just going through the game with Worm's Bane and Odd Rhythm is not the most fun in my opinion. Oh, I could do Yarn Noir support while I'm grinding them up. That could be fun. I'll get them at the very least to see. I think I have a bunch of seeds of trust. I have 15 seeds of trust I can burn. Might just do like a chill stream for support grinding and whatnot for my next one. I'll obviously do some off-screen grinding because I have a lot of work to do. And then once we defeat Priam, we can go beat up the poor Dragon Man. And then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for this. Why am I saving? Did they cut that paralog? I I don't know what just happened there. Because I don't have a Versa. I don't know what just happened. Right? Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I think you know, that's a funny glitch to have because I don't like a Versa that much as a unit or a character. But hey, brave light magic. I think I might have just hit a glitch there. I'm gonna chalk that one up to something weird happening. Um, Probably shouldn't have saved there in hindsight, but that's my B. Rage Stone. Oh yeah, okay. I think I did pick some of those up. I think were those ones over here? Shield Stone, Rude Stone, Ward Stone. No, I picked up the magic ones. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't, I would have already gone back and gotten Mustafa. But oh, I'm the worst about saving over my mistakes in Baldur's Gate. My first run was so scuffed. Uh, we have been going for about 2 hours now, though. So I think I will call it here. Um, I might try and do another stream tomorrow, potentially, if I can swing the time for it, which is mostly going to be grinding and support grinding and all that fun minor stuff that I would normally do off screen, but running the stuff to do because I could not get the DLC working properly ahead of my stream because I am very good at tech things, I promise. Well, we only got the Priya maps left, some grinding, and then going to bully a dragon. And then we say goodbye to Awakening for now. I definitely do want to play this again when the next update for Thabes Overwritten comes out, but I'll probably save any kind of streaming of it for when a full version essentially gets released, which probably won't be for a very long time, but I will definitely be keeping an eye on this. And if you want to check out any of the older or streams, I've been uploading a bunch of them to YouTube. I think I'm 3 or 4 streams back. I think I just saved twice, but it's fine. Um, but other than that, I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for stopping in for the stream. It was nice chatting with y'all.